How's she going right there, eh? It's Denise here from Danilo's Outdoors. Let's give you a chicken and rabbit update. Chicks are getting big. So, like I was showing before, I got 4 little chicks. There's one on the ground. 4 of them, or 3 of them are on the steps, sunning themselves. That's one of the mothers right there. The other mother actually just, abandoned the other 2, and they're on their own now. Anyhow, I got some bread for them. See them go crazy. I don't know if it's a good idea to feed them outside the pen like this. I'll throw some bread inside the pen. I usually kind of use this to kind of coax them to come back at night, early in the night, in the evening, if I want to close them in and not have to go out later on. And then I'll throw some inside the pen. Anyhow, let's deal with those guys. Big pile of compost here. I've been forking it all in a big long pile, and then they go and pick through it. Seems to be working out alright. Had some sunflowers planted in here. I had to fence it off to keep the chickens from picking at it. So here's these guys. They're getting bigger. So there's 6 in here. Is that light brown one? Keep moving them probably at least twice a day. You can see how they chew up all the grass. Just kind of good. Anyhow, I had another doe. She actually had 6 babies yesterday. So what I'll do is I'll pause this for now and go over and see how she's doing. Okay, stand by. Just stop by and show the garden here quick. Like I was saying in some other videos there, I did a video, I do the back to Eden method with the wood chips. There's 2 rows of peas right there. They're growing pretty good. That's a row of carrots, which you can't really see. They're all starting to sprout out there now. A row of spinach by that apple tree. Anyhow, everything seems to be doing alright. Some arugula and some lettuce, different kinds of lettuce. Some cucumbers and some tomatoes. And at the very back I got some pumpkins planted. I even tried some cayenne peppers, see how they do. I got a couple of asparagus coming up. Anyhow, I'll head over and see that rabbit. Stand by. Okay, here's that doe. She's actually a first-time mom, so I've been kind of trying to keep an eye on her. So there was a bunch of bedding, and for some reason she started making the nest over there in that corner. About a week or so ago, she was trying to make the nest behind the nesting box, so then I had to put that piece of wood to try to stop her from doing that. See, the wigglers are moving, the meat wigglers. So she had them yesterday or this morning I came and she had a pile. This was all full of bedding, and she had it all piled on top of them, just buried. So I figured, oh, okay, here we go. I thought they were all suffocated. It was pretty thick. Anyway, I just reached in, kept poking around, and I could feel it was warm. And they were still moving. Everything was fine. So I put them all in the nesting box with a bunch of fur that I collected from her all over the place in her hutch here. And scooped them all out and put them all in there. I couldn't tell. I really didn't want to play with them too much, but this is day 2, so I'm going to grab a couple of them there now and show you, see if it looks like she's been feeding them. So I threw some strips of newspaper in there with the fur, see if they'll kind of help them out, keep them warm. Not that it's that cold out, but I turned the light on in here too. And yeah, I'm going to try to reach in and grab one. Oh, nice and warm. So there's the little meat wiggler. So they appeared, they're all brown, and they are nice and warm. So there's 6 of them. The back, I guess you can tell by their back if it's really chubby, if they've been fed or not. And they only feed twice a day. Yeah, the heat that's on this little guy is incredible. Anyhow, I don't want to. They say at least the second day it doesn't bother them that you're kind of messing around with them too much. Anyhow, hopefully this one does well with them. Like I was saying, she's a new mom. One of the moms that I had was terrible. I documented that. She had 3 batches of 2, and they all perished. The last time she actually had 2. One was still alive, and it was fairly cool out. I was trying to keep it around, and then the next day she had another one, and it passed away too. So she was actually, I was keeping an eye on her, and I could even see her. She was jumping on them and pushing them around and kicking them, and it was just terrible. Anyhow, she's in freezer camp now, and that one that's right there, which she was the mother of the 6 that are in the pen right now in the tractor. And about a week or so ago, she had 2, and they were both born dead. So anyhow, that was kind of pain in the butt, but anyhow, they were a pretty good size. They were both white, and yeah, so anyhow, that's the deal on that. So this is a young female that I got from Dawn in Little Musquash. She was born on Christmas Eve. Her and I have her brother just next door. And so she's what, probably 6 months old. I think I started breeding her at 5 months, a little past that. So she was bred several times. April 19th was the first time, so obviously it didn't take. And then I tried it again on April 30th. And so that would have been 30 days ago from yesterday. So she was 30 days to the day. She had the babies, during the day, like mid-morning. So I'll keep track of that. The last doe that I just showed you, she does the same thing. She usually has them about 10, 11 in the morning. I don't know if that's a common thing that female or mother will do from now on. Anyhow. Yeah, so for some reason she didn't want to use the nesting box. I don't know why, because it's really stylish looking. Anyhow. Like I said, someday I gotta make up some better nesting boxes, and I do have to. I'm gonna look at cutting this out once the hardware stores and everything kind of get back to normal. I'm going to get some hardware cloth, 1/2 inch by 1 inch, and just go through here and cut strips of wood. This has got boards running this way, so I'm just going to take the reciprocating saw and just cut right through it, and then put wire cloth in there for now. And hopefully it'll be a lot easier to clean. Anyhow, I'm not going to bother her too much. I'll try to leave her alone. She's usually not too bad anyhow. And this is the brother to her, which I didn't, obviously he's not the father of the babies, because they say siblings, it's not a good idea to breed them. When I first got them, these last two, they were very jumpy. So between me and my niece and sister-in-law are constantly out here giving them little treats and grass and dandelions and I'm going to turn his light off. I had that on when I was cleaning. I just cleaned all this out. Anyhow, they're usually pretty friendly, the two siblings. She's a little skittish right now, obviously because she had some kits maybe. But yeah, usually she's been great. This guy here, his ears have been chewed up a little bit by his brothers and sisters. Anyhow, like I said, this guy is trying to nibble me. Yeah, he's pretty good. So there's that guy, and then there's this big guy here. He's huge. He's a lot older. So he's actually the father. He's the father of those babies. I tried putting, so we got new water bottles for them all. I tried using a water bottle on this guy and he wasn't using it. So we hauled it out. Whoa, I left the door open on this guy and he got out. That's not good. Whoa. Yeah, I didn't lock the door, so he jumped on the door and a little bit of commotion there. Trying to get out of the sunlight here. Yeah, so that other doe, the white one that I was just showing a glimpse of that lost the two a little while ago. Yeah, it's funny, they rub their chin on you. I bred her with this guy on the 30th, the 26th of June, and on the 30th. So I write the dates down on the doors of them, so I can kind of sort of keep track. So I bred her on the 26th, and they say, and I bred her with the young guy that just fell out. So he's only 6 months old, so I don't know if he's shooting blanks or not. So on the 30th, so it was like almost a week later, I put her in here with this guy, and he bred her probably 3 or 4 times. They say you try a week later, and if she won't let them do it, or if she's not receptive, that usually means that she's pregnant. So obviously the first time it didn't take with the other guy. So in about a week or so, I'll put her back in here and see if she's receptive, and if she's not, then I know for sure that May 30th is the date. Anyhow, that's it for now. Like usual, if you think of it, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. That's the end there, eh?